You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
And say what you want about Jake Paul. And we said a lot about Jake Paul last night. He is making goo gobs of money. And I know he does not care about what anyone thinks as long as his bank account gets fatter. Here's something that you do not know, or maybe did not know. You may have watched Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, and you watched it on Netflix, but there were thousands upon thousands of people who actually paid to see it in person at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The gate net was $18.1 million. Net. I didn't say gross. I said net of $18 million, which is a U.S. record for a boxing or MMA event held outside of Las Vegas. And we've had boxing events all over the world. We've had MMA events all over the world, but nothing approaching the gate of $18.1 million. More than 72,300 fans were in attendance. And get this, I barely watched the fight, and it was included as part of my subscription, and I had to lie to myself, convince myself that I needed to see this fight as if it was a part of the news cycle. And for me to stay informed, I needed to stay abreast of this fight, and I needed to watch it so I could speak about it competently. That was the lie I told myself. But there were 72,000 people who actually paid to get in. The average ticket price for those 72,300 people, the average, in other words, some tickets were much higher, some were lower, but the average ticket price was $304. $304 for the privilege, the opportunity to watch that horrible boxing exhibition in person. And if you've ever seen the AT&T Stadium, it is cavernous. Unless you're in the first 5 rows, you really don't have a great sight line. You're not going to get a good view of the fight. And those tickets were probably $3,000, not $304. So you paid probably top dollar to see the fight from a worse vantage point than if you were at home watching it via Netflix. But more than 72,300 people were in attendance. Let's talk about streaming. Netflix and MVP, the promotion company responsible, reported earlier today, that the fight was the most streamed sporting event ever. The most streamed sporting event ever. And it was an ass competition. I mean, literally. Did you see Mike Tyson walking around in his thong? I didn't need to see that. I didn't want to see that. And I didn't need to see thousands of people posting it and reposting it and sharing it and sending it to me on social media. I didn't need to see that much of Mike Tyson. Not then, not now. I don't need that visual burned into my brain. No, thank you very much. I'm quite sure Mark Ronner saw it, and he's not even a sports fan. He didn't even want to see the fight.
No, I like boxing, but it was kind of like an eyebrow raiser when you first saw Tyson's ass, because it's like that scene in Animal House where you don't realize that Donald Sutherland's not wearing any pants.
It almost seemed like it was a bit in a movie, and the joke was Mike Tyson walking away. Mike Tyson clearly knew he had no pants on.
I think he did know, yes.
And he still did the interview and then turned around and threw both butt cheeks to the camera. Like,
that was what? A complete Benny Hill routine we just had.
Surreal, but the most streamed live sporting event of all time. You can say what you want about Jake Paul, but from a business standpoint, you can't say anything bad about him. In fact, it peaked at 65 million concurrent streams. So if it was buffering, that's why. 65 million concurrent streams with an estimated average minute audience of 108 million live viewers worldwide. I don't know what the deal looked like on paper, but I'm quite sure There were tiers. If it hits this strata, he would make X amount of dollars. If it hits this many viewers, he'd get a bonus of X amount of dollars. He made money on top of money.
Well, didn't Jake Paul make $40 million?
Yes, but that's probably...
You think that's just his base pay?
Yeah. There have to be contractual incentives. I mean, he's not only going to get $40 million if he has 100 million people tuning in, as opposed to 45 million tuning in.
Well, yeah, and also, how can you scrape by on just 40 million?
He doesn't have to scrape by. He does not.
I would get in the ring with him for what Tyson got. I think Tyson got 20.
He got 20. And it makes me think, what would I do? Because I would be the laughing stock of forever if I got in a ring. You know, look, I'm almost 55 years old. I'm not Mike Tyson, but I'm almost Mike Tyson in age. So there's no way in the world I would actually do it. But for 20 million, I'll have the conversation with you.
I would 100% do it.
It has to be guaranteed. It's not like I'm not doing any prop bet where if I make it past the fourth round, no. It has to be in my account before I step in the ring. Because I need to have the money just in case they have to take me to the hospital and I got brain damage. Everything has to be in order.
I think as fat as he looked, I think I'd stand an okay chance.
Yeah, I don't overestimate myself like that. If I were in my 30s,
Jake Paul,
yep, he's like 6. Hey, look it up for me, Stephen. I think he's like 6'3", 240 right now. Something ridiculous.
To me, that equals slow.
Yeah, but he's 27 years old. He's not 54. There's a difference.
For $20 million, I'd risk it.
Yeah, I don't know. I
tell you, there's a
because
period
I don't heal as fast now.
So,
oh no, not at your age, no.
6'1", 227.
227. Okay, that's manageable. I don't know. If I had 6 weeks training, I might do it for 20 million. But I would need some other guarantees. I would need more than just the money because it's a one-time thing. You know, people have died in the ring. I need a little bit more than 20 million. I need generational wealth.
Wait, how many people outside of the Rocky franchise have actually died in the ring?
A number. Okay. Ray Boom Boom Mancini killed a fighter. There have been fighters who've ended up incapacitated. Gerald McClellan. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. There have been a number of fighters, and I see Stephen looking up right now.
No, it's okay. I'm just not interested in the body count of Ivan Drago, okay?
Over 1,876 boxers have died since 1890, including 55 professional boxers and 26 amateur boxers.
Well, if you're going back to the Marquis of Queensberry, of course.
But the bottom line is that breaks down to a little less than one a year. And that's not saying any of the fighters you can tell who are punch drunk or suffering from Parkinson's or some sort of congenitive decline, cognitive decline. No. That's why I need like the generational wealth to make sure.
20 million. Sign me up.
Okay. Too bad no one would pay you that, but you know.
No. You can be the Burgess Meredith to my Rocky.
Well, Burgess Meredith died of a heart attack in Rocky 3, so
that's fine. I'll learn.
Which movie are we talking about?
I'll find a way to live without you eventually.
Okay, so
$20 million.
Are we talking about Rocky 1, Rocky 2, or Rocky 3?
Well, let's not get hung up on the details. Look at the time.
KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Ooh, Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And there's going to be another statue erected outside of, let's call it what it is, Staples Center. Crypto.com arena doesn't flow off the tongue this easily. So it's going to be Staples Center. And here is a pop quiz for my non-sports fans in the studio. And Tuala, I think you should take a try at this as well, because I don't know if any of you can do it. And the question is, without Googling, can you name the existing statues outside Staples Center before I tell you about the new statue, which is going to be put up outside Staples Center?
Let's see. Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Wrong.
What?
Nope. And I'll give you a hint.
All of them?
Lakers. All the Lakers.
Lakers.
Connected to the Lakers.
Jerry Buss, Magic Johnson.
No,
Kobe
wait. Kobe Bryant, yes.
Magic Johnson.
Yes.
Jerry Buss.
No.
No. Jerry Buss doesn't have a statue out there.
Not as of yet.
Well, it's hard to do the hair in a statue.
Hey, man.
I saw the show.
No, we'll get to that.
Hey.
Because these statues really struggle at getting the face accurate.
That's for sure.
That
I know that
statue
much.
of
Dwayne Wade?
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, who?
That is god awful.
So Magic Johnson, yes. Kobe Bryant, yes. Who else?
Shaq.
Shaq.
Ah, gosh, darn it.
You need
more?
some- Oh, yeah. There are plenty more.
Oof.
Think about the biggest and most famous people to ever.
Does Kareem have a statue out there?
Yes, he does.
Larry
He
Bird.
does.
Larry Bird, he played with the Celtics.
Oh, it's
This
just
is
Lakers.
Lakers.
Dang it.
They're not gonna put up a Larry
You're right.
Bird statue outside a Staples Center / crypto.com
I
arena.
gotta go and see the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar statue.
Yeah, so Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Shaquille. Those are the ones you've gotten. 4. There's another few that you're forgetting. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 that you're forgetting before we get to this new one, which is going to go up.
I mean, I know for a fact they don't have a statue of Fish.
No, they don't. But we're talking about who they do. The Fish saved Pittsburgh, so
The Fish did say Pittsburgh.
not L.A. You need some hints?
Worthy?
No, he does not. But that's not a bad guess.
Worthy doesn't have one?
No, he does not.
Wow.
So how about this? Who's the greatest basketball announcer of all times? All time.
Chick Hearn has a statue?
Yes, he does.
Really?
Yes,
Well,
he
that
does.
makes sense.
And
That's
and
nice.
his
I like
jersey with a microphone is retired up on the rafters inside the arena.
I like that. Okay.
So we have Shaquille, Chick Hearn, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There are 2 that you are forgetting, and you probably won't get either because you don't
Did
follow
Jeannie
basketball.
Buss give herself a statue?
No.
Okay. Just making sure. I'm just making sure.
Here's a hint. The logo for the NBA. You don't know.
You know what? I messed up. I said Jerry Buss. That's what I'm thinking of.
That's who I thought.
Who?
When you said the logo, I thought,
no.
That's what I thought his guess was.
No. Don't say it.
Okay, I won't say it.
Mo, no. Oh my God. I don't know why Jerry Buss.
The logo.
I know. That's why I thought in my mind for some
You
reason.
need another hint?
Oh, no. I know his hair. I know the face. I know the guy.
He recently passed away, as a matter of fact.
No, I know the guy.
Not north,
No, look.
not south.
Jerry West.
Yes.
I said Jerry Buss. I meant Jerry
That's-
West.
But they're 2 very different people.
I know. Buss is the owner. West is the man. West
Okay.
is That's what I meant when I said that. And I thought I had that down right. But yes, West, not
There's
Buss.
one more.
I'm just because he was part of it for so long. Phil Jackson.
No.
I would have liked that guess.
You're not going to guess the last one, so I'm going to, put you out of your misery. It's Elgin Baylor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before Worthy?
Well, yeah, because Worthy. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. But
Yeah.
okay. If there's someone else who's connected with the Lakers' success and Showtime, is there any name which would come to mind? Twalda, you probably know this because you've seen the story.
Yeah, but I thought Fuchsia's guess would have been up there.
Okay. Well, here it is.
The coach who helped guide the Showtime era, Lakers, will be honored with a statue outside of Crypto.com Arena.
No, it's Staples Center.
Arena.
No, Staples Center.
Crypto.com Arena.
No, Staples Center. Get it right. Say it with me. Staples.
Crypto.com.
No. Say it. Crypto.com is the wrong name. It's Staples Center.
Crypto.com Arena. Pat Riley coached the Lakers to 4 NBA titles. He also won a title as a player with the Lakers in 1972. An unveiling date for the statue has not yet been announced.
Riley with his trademark slicked back hair and his well-tailored suits. I'm quite sure that will be this. If I were to make a guess, that would be the statue because that's what he was known for, his style as a coach. He was very stylish on the sidelines. Yes, he was a player with the Lakers. Yes, he won a ring with the Lakers, but he's best known, as per the clip, the 4 championships as part of Showtime. So they'll probably put him in a suit and they'll probably mess up his face. They can't get the face right. I don't get it. And I'm not so sure I even like statues. Just hang their banner. But the statues, they just never get it right. Ever.
Yeah, because even outside of sports, isn't one of the more famous ones or infamous ones that they messed up was Mr. Rogers?
Well,
and it's made fun of like left and right.
Just about everyone in sports. There are very few which get it right. Now, Shaq has a very good statue. It shows him dunking and hanging on the rim, so it's less about his face, but more the action. But the one with Dwayne Wade was horrible. They're just not often accurate.
I thought that Wayne Gretzky statue, the face was really jacked
Wayne
up.
Gretzky, that was a bad one.
That face was really, really jacked up.
So, and for me, it got me thinking, would I want a statue outside of iHeartRadio when all is said and done? No. I maybe want stop laughing. I wasn't trying to be funny.
I'd want a bust. They get those right more times than not.
Yeah, they get it right at like the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame. But when it comes to the full body statue, not so much. Not even the Wax Museum. They're getting less and less accurate. But as I was self-aggrandizing myself, I don't know if I would want a statue. I think I'd want my name on the side of a building. No, I would do that. But I don't need to be remembered. It's just a little bit too much, even for my ego. A whole statue of me, that's like almost like worship. I don't need you to worship me. I don't need you to even remember me. I'm actually not all that concerned about how people will remember me when I'm gone. Say what you want. I'm gone.
You Mike Tyson?
No, I'm just serious.
Legacy is trash.
I just never cared about that. I don't need the statue. I don't need the building with my name on the side, although it would be kind of cool, but I would want to be around to see it. I don't want it done posthumously.
You're dead. You're gone. You're dead. No one cares.
No, that's like Untouchables.
I can't do Mike.
So you basically just want final approval.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, but I don't need the actual statue.
Yeah.
Hang my jersey in the rafters of KFI. That's what I'd want. That's what I want. But I wouldn't need a whole, like a bust or even a full body statue when you'd walk up to the glass double doors. That'd be a bit much. Maybe inside the glass double doors. Maybe if they had like some sort of neon sign. Or you can name a bench after me. You know the benches they have outside?
How about a public toilet?
No, not a public toilet. No. A bench.
The Mr. Mo Kelly public toilet.
No, I don't want people putting their ass on my face. The KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere. The iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing with me. Perfect harmony, perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a coat and keep it company. That's the real thing. I'd like to teach the world to sing to perfect harmony, perfectly. And I'd like to buy the world a coat and keep it company. It's the real thing. What the world wants today is the real thing.
KFI Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. If you're of a certain age, you maybe remember that commercial. It's called the Hilltop ad. Of course, people remember the song, but the commercial itself was filmed on top of a hill, and there are about maybe 100 to 200 people in that ad. And since it was the early 1970s, no one had to worry whether it was AI. No one needed to worry if there were some sort of CGI adding people to the commercial. They were all real. The reason I played that commercial is yesterday, Coca-Cola just dropped a holiday ad. And if you're following me on Threads at Mr. Mo Kelly, I just posted it there. You may not know this outside of me telling you, but every single thing that you see in that Coca-Cola ad is AI. Every single quote unquote person, everything that you see in that ad is not real. It's incredible, but it's not real. For all the fights that SAG-AFTRA had about making sure that TV shows would not be using AI to create scripts or take over roles on TV shows or movies, well, it doesn't stop AI from just creating wholesale, creating complete concepts like a commercial, using nobody, absolutely nobody in the creation of the content of the ad. No actors, no actresses, no nothing. Just a computer-generated spot of a minute long. And if you're wondering why Coca-Cola is doing that, well, it's for the obvious reason. It's for the reason that any company would want to use AI. It's because it makes everything that a company would do less expensive. They don't have to pay actors. They don't have to pay really a director per se. They just need to have someone with computer capabilities.
Always the real thing? Huh. Coca-Cola out with a new set of holiday ads. The catch, everything from Santa to the people, to the trucks, to the animals. Literally everything you see and hear is AI generated. A spokesperson for Coca-Cola heralding the ads as, quote, efficient and cost saving.
Efficient and cost saving. They can create that from a desktop computer and not have to pay anybody, no residuals, just pay for the creation of it and keep it pushing. Tawala's been in a commercial. He knows this better than I do. They can pay you
flat fee,
but still it's a flat fee that they didn't have to pay anyone in this.
Yeah, no flat fee or no option for residual if this is going to be a commercial that runs, all
Nationally.
holiday season, nationally, anything like that. Yeah, this is the unseen hand that many actors and actresses were fighting against because there wasn't enough detail put into the SAG-AFTRA contract in order to say, no, you cannot only not just digitally reproduce me or anyone in the scene without our say so, you also have to have some level of real people in an ad, or you have to say this is a AI generated ad. Some things that I know, I believe I'm paraphrasing, but Justine Bateman was saying, like, look, there's not enough in this contract to really keep this what Coca-Cola did from happening.
You can't stop this. You can't stop companies from creating on their own. There's nothing preventing them from doing it. This was inevitable. Now, I know Mark hates us saying that it's inevitable and we should fight the power and push back. But, there's a complicated conversation where we can talk about capitalism doing what capitalism does. And capitalism is about expanding revenue and contracting expenditures. This is what AI is going to do. Now, Mark may take the standpoint that the position that AI can't really create anything. Well, it's doing a pretty good job here. And I posted the commercial. If you want to see it for yourself on my Threads account at Mr. Mo Kelly, you can see it there. Nothing that you see in that ad, from Santa's sleigh to any of the people, air quotes, in the commercial, are real. And I think they figured out the hand thing because it's not easily discernible that it's AI. It's more than passable. And if you didn't tell me it was AI, I would have assumed it was people with a whole lot of CGI, because I don't believe there's an actual real sled flying around. So I think CGI. But as far as the people are concerned, air quotes, look real enough to me. Mark?
The dog looks
Oh, it's all
rough.
slop. It's slop. And, if you really want to use a metaphor that I think is accurate, it's like sex with a blow-up doll. Maybe sometimes it'll do in a pinch, but in general, everybody can tell it's vastly inferior to the real thing.
I wouldn't say so in this instance.
You want to expand on the blow-up doll part?
No. I'm actually trying to be serious here. If only because when you're doing a commercial like this, to do this commercial, you would need CGI. Okay. You don't need people in this particular commercial. The only thing you needed was CGI. And
well, we don't know that
right
for
now.
sure because we don't know how much post-production humans put into this. I have a feeling that this wasn't somebody just saying, hey, generate me this fun commercial, and that gave you what you saw. I think there were people involved on the front and the back end of this, and it's not as seamless a thing as you think.
No, I didn't say it was seamless. I'm saying, go ahead, Twala, you getting ready to jump in?
No, yeah, I was going to say potentially, Mark, there were still a crew of people who did the actual animating and things like that. But to look at this ad, even if it was a CGI or AI created ad, it's no different looking, at least, from the old Coca-Cola ad where the polar bears got a hold of the Coke and were drinking this, and it was a CGI animated one that people did. All this ad looks like they were allowed to do is probably downsize the number of people. Even if there were people involved, you're not talking a team of 20 animators. You're talking like two guys with a Chromebook.
Well, I mean,
a Chromebook.
The thing that I always have to come back to is that the only people asking for this CGI slop are the ones hoping to save money by not paying professionals to work.
Yes!
And the CGI, or the AI rather, it can't function without stealing other people's work. You'll never get an original piece of art from AI. And whether or not the commercial's art, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, right. But commercials aren't going for art. Commercials are trying to get you to buy something. And if they can get you to buy something without spending, I don't know, $500,000 to create a commercial and have to pay in perpetuity when it comes to residuals, I understand the mathematical and business calculation being made here. I'm not saying I like it. I'm saying I get it. I get it. Have you checked out the commercial, Mark? I would love to get your firsthand account of what it looks like, because if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't know. It's just a commercial.
I saw it a day or two ago on my little iPhone screen, and I just thought, well, it doesn't look significantly different than anything we've seen, but what's the ultimate cost of this? Was there a problem with the previous ones? No. I mean,
Mark,
think of what you're really getting.
Mark, you're doing a little too much now.
Mark, there was a problem with the original ad.
What, the polar bear wasn't on a shrinking ice floe? Is that the problem?
Associated with hiring the staff and having all those people in the building to churn out this ad that you're going to run in Super Bowl or wherever. The cost associated.
Are you talking about the philosophical cost to our community, as opposed to a Wendy's commercial with a real old woman saying, "Where's the beef?" I mean,
yes.
You're a little too high-minded here, I think, for it's a commercial. It's not a polemic novel.
No, I want to know what's real and what's not, and whether it's a commercial or a film. The whole point of all of that is to connect with other people. And, I can take an AI just giving me a message saying, buy this drink. It is imperative. That's fine with me, but I want to know what's real and what isn't, and I want to know what's generated by people and what isn't. And nobody's going to watch an AI generated movie or TV show. You'll have, like the low end of the bell curve of people watching it.
I'll bet you good money you're wrong.
You are going to be wishing for Save the Cat formula garbage the second you see any shows generated by AI.
In a world where TikTok rules, you bet your ass they will watch an AI generated movie, and they will have kids, when I say kids, young adults, making them in their own garage, putting them up on social media, and making millions of dollars on YouTube or wherever.
There are ways that it will democratize the process of creativity, but there's a cost to all of that.
Yeah. We got to go to break. I know. Run away, Mark. Run away.
That's right.
It's Later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Because Mark was filibustering last segment, trying to take up all the time in the segment, we don't have a lot of time for this segment. It's okay, though. We'll be quick.
I was trying to do everything I could to get out of that conversation. How dare you? How dare you?
Go finish your dinner. Knott's Berry Farm. Some people got hurt on a ride. It's not uncommon at amusement parks that rides may break down or stop and you're stuck on them for like 2-3 hours. It's not uncommon. It's infrequent, but it's not altogether uncommon. And as I've gotten older, I can't speak for you, Mark, or you, Stefan. I don't have the roller coaster or the thrill ride desire anymore. Part of it is because those are usually the longest lines. And I can't sit in a line for an hour, hour and a half and ride a ride which is like 2.5 minutes because I need to go to the bathroom. I'm on the wrong side of 45, okay? I can't wait that long, especially if I had any type of beverage.
Yeah, you and your prostate aren't cut out for that kind of ride anymore.
Hey, time waits for no man.
I just reached the age where I don't really understand why that's fun anymore.
Maybe that's it as well. I don't get any joy or enjoyment out of those type of thrill seeker rides at all. And I liked them to a certain degree when I was in my teens, but not as an adult, not at all. But some people do. And part of me, maybe because working in news or adjacent to news, sometimes you learn a little too much about stuff and it pushes you away. Like I talk about with flying, talk about with restaurants. After you learn a certain bit, you're less inclined to indulge. So I don't necessarily want to go on all that many roller coaster rides because stuff happens more than people want to admit. And Knott's Berry Farm, this is just the latest example.
2 women were taken to the hospital after a ride at Knott's Berry Farm got stuck in mid-air. 22 people were stuck on the Soul Spin ride.
I got a question. Can you get stuck in like 1/3 air as opposed to middle of the air? What about 2/4, 2/3, 4/7?
Pedantic air?
Well, look, you can be a smart ass all you want. I just have a real question here.
I can tell. Yeah, it's
I have a real question. I don't understand the phraseology of mid-air. Low air, high air. Mid says to me that in the middle of the air, which means that there's a measurement of the end of the air or the side of the air.
2 women were taken to the hospital after a ride at Knott's Berry Farm got stuck in mid-air. 22 people were stuck.
That's an unnecessary modifier. Just say you're stuck in the air. That would be enough, right?
Got stuck in mid-air. 22 people were stuck on the Soul Spin ride for more than 2.5 hours.
For more than 2.5 hours. Could you imagine having to go to the bathroom for 2.5 hours?
I'll bet some people did.
And just let it dribble on down to the ground.
Well, you can't control it all the time, can you?
And sometimes you don't want to. You just give up the fight.
For more than 2.5 hours this afternoon, Citizens app video shows riders waiting to get help there. The park's website describes Soul Spin as a high-speed spinning ride over 6 stories high.
That doesn't sound like fun. Centrifugal force doesn't sound fun that high up. Not at all.
As a high-speed spinning ride over 6 stories high. Knott's Berry Farm didn't specify if the 2 people taken to the hospital were actually injured, only that it was done out of an abundance of caution.
So do they get like free passes to come back? What is the compensation here? That kind of ruined the day, don't you think?
You want a free pass to come back after you've been traumatized like that?
Well, that's really my question. Is like, what makes it better? Do you refund them their money? Do you say, hey, come back anytime you want for the next year, a year pass? What is it you give them?
It's like an old David Letterman routine. You get a bad sandwich and
they offer you another one.
Yeah. Here, have another free one.
No, that happened to me when I went to Sizzler many years ago. Sorry, Sizzler, but that's where it happened.
I love Sizzler. What happened to you?
Very quickly before we go to break.
Yeah.
I was using the salad, the buffet salad, the all you can eat salad.
The trough.
Yeah, the trough. And I was getting ready to eat, and I did not start, but I was getting ready to eat, and there was a spider in my salad.
No.
True story. And I went to the counter with the bowl, and it was a young lady, and I wasn't mad at her, but I was trying to explain to her, I paid for this. I didn't need the extra of a spider. And she said, would you like to get another bowl of salad?
Would you like a new spider, sir?
And then I got mad. It's like, you want me to get another bowl of salad from the same freaking salad bar with the spider in it? How do I know his cousins and mama aren't in there as well with spider eggs all over my romaine lettuce?
Now, see, if this had happened to you in Scotland, they would have picked up the spider and smacked it and been like, spit it out, you wee bastard.
You got to work on that accent.
You got to work on it.
Let's talk lioness with actor KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
Chock full of stimulating talk.
KFI
and KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere.